What's up, everybody? Azazel 2012 here, and I got this gameplay today, some Domination, some Christmas noobs from about a week ago or so. I was running with some friends of mine, a couple of subscribers, and their clan, the AOVI clan. They do have a YouTube channel. I'll leave that in the description, but just to talk about this game real quick and then get to the actual topic that I've chosen. I am a terrible sniper, as you can see, but what we did, if you look at the score here, as of right now it's 23-94, but what we did is we said, hey, let's let this other team cap all 3 flags and get to 75 before we do anything, before we cap a single flag, just to see if we can come back and win. Well, I wouldn't be posting this if we didn't come back and win. Spoiler alert, so there you go. So see if you can do it. Maybe you guys can give it a try. I mean, we were playing some Christmas noobs, so we really had to do something to keep it interesting, because we were just beating the shit out of everybody. I really didn't stay at the top of the leaderboard. These guys are fucking beasts. But let me go ahead and get to the topic at hand. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I used to love reading about all kinds of strange things, you know, unexplained things, you know, ghosts, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, aliens especially, UFOs. I used to read about UFOs all the time, and of course, if you read much about UFOs or anything like that, you will come across a lot of things about Area 51. Well, not too long ago, a couple of weeks back, I read an article on, I think it was like NBC or something like that, about how the government has declassified a whole bunch of articles and memos about Area 51. And I thought that was pretty awesome, considering how interested I was in it as a kid. I'm really not that much now, but it still, you know, piqued my interest enough for me to go, I want to read about this. So I took a few little bullet points and notes about the more interesting things. Another spoiler alert here, unfortunately, no aliens. But of course, you know, if there were, do you really think they would have released that? What they really released were a bunch of papers from the 60s and 70s. And of course, we remember Roswell was, I believe, in 1947, so that leaves the whole 50s and most of the 60s. So they released a whole lot of information about, excuse me, watch this guy throwing knife me like a boss from there. It's nasty. Nasty. So it was mostly about Cold War testing and the experiments that they were doing, so just trying to see if we could take photos, satellite photos from our satellites to see what could be seen at our airfields, Area 51 being the one that we used the most. So the reason that we did that was because we wanted to hide that information from the Soviets, okay, from Russia. The Cold War, of course, was like a great big, you know, who has a bigger dick, quick scalp. And mostly we were just trying to hide information from them because we knew that they had satellites that could take pictures of our airfields. So we made sure that we didn't have our airplanes out in the open whenever these satellites would go by. We also acquired covertly some MiG airplanes, right? They're fighter jets. They're Russian fighter jets. And we acquired those, and the reason that we did was so that we could study them, find weaknesses, and see what we could do to use that for combat. And that guy with the riot shield just getting his ass kicked constantly. And we also used Corona, which was one of our satellites, and that's what we used to see what Russia could see, as well as like some NASA photographs and things like that from actual space shuttles. So it's pretty interesting to me, but you know, no aliens or anything like that, unfortunately. Boo-hoo, it sucks. But I thought it was kind of cool that they released some of that information, so it was fun to read about, considering it was kind of nostalgic to my childhood. I really loved reading about that stuff as a kid, so seeing something about it now, I was like, oh shit, I've got to read this. I got to see what it is. Maybe they're going to talk about fucking aliens. But of course, that probably would have been all over the place if that was the truth, right? Unfortunately not. So I did some sniping, not the most interesting game, but this is kind of an airplane hangar, so I decided it'd be fitting for it. See if you guys can do this. Let me know what you think about it. Did you read a lot about this stuff when you were younger or even now? You guys take it easy. It's been Azazel 2012. Trust me, I'm going to have a lot more uploads later on this week. Take it easy. I'll see you guys later.